and welcome back to the channel. Today on Cup's Cove, we're going to be redesigning the surf shop. This is my forever island, and as such it has a mixture of pre-2.0 and post-2.0 builds. And as you can probably guess, this simple panel surf shop is definitely a pre-2.0 build. And while I do think it's cute, I had a fun idea and I really wanted to see that come to fruition on the island. Here we are running to Sci Guy and giving him a bunch of money to change out the colors for all these items. And of course we can't do a rebuild without getting rid of the original build. To address the turnip in the room, you'll notice that the island has been completely overrun by turnips. I'm just trying to do the cornering the stock market challenge, and I think I bought something around 100,000, maybe 98,000 turnips, so I should be able to finish it. I'm about a little over halfway through the final challenge, so we'll see how that goes. Now that we're almost done cleaning up the area that we have to work with, I wanted to know, what have you built recently that you really like? Animal Crossing is such an enigma. So unique that we can spend this much time in one game and still be enjoying it. And I know some of us kind of fall off here and there, but share your build ideas with each other. I think it's a great way to keep the game going and keep us engaged in the content. You'll notice a lot of different kind of movements and shifting of this island. I did use the app to kind of help plan the build, the room sketch app, but of course when you're actually doing it in game, it's always going to be a little bit different. And the gazebo, you might notice, kind of rotates here and there. I'm not sure when that exactly happened, but the final product of the build is actually a little bit different than how it currently looks on my island. But you'll see all of that in the beauty shots later on. It's at this point that I realized I needed to shift everything back a couple of squares just because I wanted the surfboards to frame the entrance of this build. At some point I might go code shopping for a different surf shop sign, or maybe try to make my own. I've made a few on my island, but I'm not the most skilled at the task. I do think this particular pattern matched the previous version of this build more, just with the colors. But for now, I think it's cute. Just kind of adding some merchandise out front. I feel like a lot of surf shops around Venice have, you know, like racks of clothing and different things like that on the outside. So that's just kind of what I'm mimicking here. And here I am putting down the chairs, and I can just see it in Rolf's eyes. As soon as I start moving these, he's gonna sit. So I try to quickly move them forward, but as you can tell, I did not get it in time. So while Rolf enjoys some downtime, I'm just kind of working on these other areas. He was really interested in what I was doing this whole time. I always think it's funny when they're just kind of, you know, in the way and curious. And I'm stunting this coconut tree right now just to kind of give it some different variation in the heights around the build. I'm putting these umbrellas down because I think it's a really cute to kind of complete the sandcastle building look. It's the same exact color scheme as the beach chairs with umbrella, so I thought that was a really fun inclusion. And at this point I realized that one beach chair needs to be changed to the white variation. It's going to start raining and get all gloomy, which I would absolutely love to be the case in real life. Being in Southern California, we don't get much of that. But I do love the rain in Animal Crossing so much. I think it's so peaceful and relaxing. To look on the bright side of the gloomy weather, I did realize I wanted more lighting, so I got out these plain party lights to kind of frame the entrance here. I like using white cosmo sprouts as, you know, like seaweed or something without using the actual seaweed item. Just looks a little bit cleaner and kind of adds a little bit more visual interest to the sand. And finishing up the beach cleanup here, I had originally planted all these flowers just to get the achievement for planting whatever the number of flowers it was, I forget. And here Rolf and I are trying to figure out what to do with the volleyball area. I wanted to make it look like wet sand or just sand that's kind of kicked around a little bit more, but you'll see the final result in the beauty shots here in a second. And by the magic and power of editing, the surf shop. Kind of themed to being a giant sand castle of sorts. Thought the castle buildings and the sand color was really fun for that. From memory, I can't recall seeing it done before. It's probably a lie. But in any case, I'm happy with how it turned out. Bing, bang, boom, there we go. This is the new redesigned surf shop on Cup's Cove Island. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video or want to look out for more builds, think about subscribing, giving it a like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!